Good morning, Michigan Ultimate Survivor League members, and welcome to the playoff edition, first week of the Michigan Ultimate Survivor League podcast. We normally don't do these, but this year we have a couple new wrinkles, so I figured we'd talk about it a little bit. Plus, I got nothing else to do. Yeah, right, I have Blood Bash, a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I'm also sporting the Josh Allen mustache, in case you couldn't tell. That's right. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to do over two things. We're going to look at the playoff contest, which is the main point of this league. Obviously, we have the Survivor League Playoff Challenge, which is a little different than the regular league in that you don't play against people. You just go for the total points. But then we're also going to look at the prop bet sheets that seemed to be, of course, I got a lot of little private messages saying that how much they appreciated the prop bet sheets. So if you didn't do it this week, it's okay. It's not a cumulative total. I figured we'd try it for 1 week. If it worked, we do it again. Maybe more people get involved. We'll find out. So we'll go over those results as well as get your first glimpse at the divisional round playoff prop bet sheet, which is $5, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's look at the Survivor League Challenge. Of course, it's not too late to get in this. If you missed 1 week, you can still join. You look right here. If you go to the regular league, you'll see the same page. Click this, join the league, etc. So, week one's in the books. The Black Hole has the best record, or the best point total for the first week. 98.62. BVC, Concussion Protocol, Ted Lasso's Biscuits, Better Bring Your A-Game, Hockenstein, Tallywhackers, You Feel Lucky Punk, and Play with Mike Ditka all round out the top 10. Let's see, the Black Hole. Let's see what roster they use. Let's look at scoring history. Well, look at box score. Had Mahomes, which of course is, he had a great game. Mike Evans, Deebo Samuel, Travis Kelce, Matt Gay, the Chiefs defense, Joe Mixon. Now keep in mind, though, that these guys cannot be used again. So you use those guys, and, next week you can't use them. Out of this, you got James Conner, who was eliminated, and that is it. Everyone else on his roster survived. Let's look at BVC real quick, see what he used. Brad Van Camp. He used, gotta hit the now button. Also used Mahomes, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, Sony Michel, Travis Kelce, Matt Gay, and the Chiefs defense. Literally every single person he used made it through, which means can't use them again, which again makes this league tough. Like, those guys are gone. Not using them again, so he will not have that super lineup again. Well, there's a lot of good players left, so get your lineups in, folks. This is basically as easy as it gets. Let's look at my team real quick. I don't remember who I used. I said it like the first week I started this. Joe Burrow, Najee Harris, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, George Kittle, Matt Prater, and the Bucs defense. Yep. George Kittle, 1.4 points. Oh, my God. All right. Jamar Chase had a good game, but that was it. No touchdowns, though. Shit. Anyway, that's where we're at. Join the league, set it up, and we'll go over that. Now, we're going to look at the playoff prop bet challenge, which will be linked multiple times throughout the week. If you want to get in, it's $5 per entry. You can enter as many times as you want, but you got to Cash App me or Venmo me or PayPal friends and family $5 each time to get in. So, last week, we had 11 competitors, or 10 competitors, rather, because Square got in a little too late after some of the games are already done. He's like, well, I picked the teams that already played. It's like, well, you also picked Joe Burrow, or Josh Allen to throw the most yards. And he actually was the only one that got that right. Of course, it was easy to pick when the game was over. So, here we go. Who wins this game? We're going to break these down and see who picked what. Everybody picked the Chiefs. Everybody won. Who wins the game between the Bills and the Patriots? Everyone won except for myself, my son, and Rob Jazierski. The Bengals. The Bengals. Everyone won that except for Rob Jazierski. He's a big Raider fan. I don't know if he is or not. The Cardinals game. This is critical because Sarah Krasansky, this pick cost her dearly as the Cardinals prevented her from winning it all single-handedly. And then we go, everybody picked the Cowboys except for Brian David, which would come to be critical choice. Here I explain. Everybody picked the Bucs and won. This is an interesting one, so we're going to go over here. Which quarterback throws for the most yards? Between Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford. Many people picked Burrow. One person picked Brady. One person picked Stafford. 3 people picked Mahomes. They score the point. Which quarterback throws for the most yards out of these quarterbacks? You notice everyone is red. Everybody got it wrong except for Square, who had already seen how many yards Josh Allen threw for and picked Josh Allen. 308 yards. Nobody got that one right, technically. Which of the scrub quarterbacks throws for the most? Mac Jones, Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, or whoever the fourth one was. I think it was Jalen Hurts. No one picked him because he's terrible. That's how bad he is. Derek Carr, 310 yards. Mac Jones, 100-something. Didn't put his number in for some reason. Then Jimmy Garoppolo, 172. Which AFC road running back run for the most yards? Josh Jacobs won that. Only 2 people picked that correctly. Elijah Mitchell was picked by the majority of people to get the NFC road running. Ran for 96 yards. Pretty good. Will there be a defensive touchdown? I can't believe you clowns picked yes. And actually, there were 2 of them over the weekend. Thanks to Kyler Murray's horrendous decision in the end zone. What will happen more? Interceptions thrown by Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes passing touchdowns? Hurts threw for 2. Josh Allen threw for 0. Mahomes threw for 5. Not even close. Will Mike Evans or Rob Gronkowski get 125 yards or more receiving? 4 people, 5 people said yes. 5 people said no. Split that. Mike Evans got 117 yards, which is pretty good, but not good enough to score. Who will get the most receiving yards? Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, or Tyreek Hill? Jamar Chase crushed it here, 116 yards versus 38, 61, 57. Which team will score the fewest points? Eagles win that one, 15. Raiders had 19. Steelers 21, and I don't remember what the fourth choice was. Will any team score 40 or more points? 2 teams actually scored 40 or more points. Actually, I think 3 teams did, because I think the Rams might have last night. But at least one did. Will Matthew Stafford throw an interception? Sarah Krasansky, Lions fan, went against him, and much like a lion will always do, once a lion, always a lion, they'll fuck you every possible opportunity. And he did by not throwing an interception. So Stafford not throwing a pick prevents Sarah from winning this thing. How many road teams will win? 1, 2, 3 or more. 1 or 0, 1, 2, comma, or 3 or more. A couple of people picked 3 or 1. That would be Vincent Villada, Justin Redding, and Brian David. Villada, David, critical choice there. They get you into the tie for the lead. And then finally, which of these teams will get the most sacks? 2 people picked Steelers, including Sarah. Now, when you total all this up, there's a 3-way tie for first. Vincent Villada, Sarah Krasansky, and Brian David all had 12. But what gets critical to see here is, look at the tiebreaker question. How many points total will be scored this weekend? Sarah had 279. Villada had 280. And Brian David had 284, and they went way over that. I don't remember the total, but it was way over 284. So, Brian David, your official winner. I don't remember what that score. What was the score last night? It ended up being pretty bad, I know. They had to score like fewer than 20 points for Sarah to have a chance. I think 45 points were scored, so it wasn't even close. So that's that. Brian David wins. He took second place in the Survivor League. He takes first place in the first week. He'll get $50 deposited in his account today at some point. I'll get that going here in a minute. But now, I welcome you to, fresh off the press, haven't even proofread it to make sure it's right, but the NFL Prop Bet Challenge for Week 2, a.k.a. the divisional round. We're going to hit this. We're going to hit this preview button here so we can see what's going on here. You're going to put your name in. You're going to put, if you haven't know, we're going to have links all over the place for this. Facebook, this YouTube page even maybe. I won't do that because I don't want people random people to join, because I've got other people to watch these podcasts. NFL Prop Bet Week Challenge. Your payment method, your name, who wins this game, etc. Okay, so here we go. We got the 4 questions on the games. Who wins the game? Bengals, Titans, 49ers, Packers, Rams, Bucks, or Bills, Chiefs? Only 8 quarterbacks left, so I couldn't do the 3 tiers, elite, mid-tier, entry-level tier. So we have 2 tiers, elite and everyone else. Problem is that one of these guys almost 2 of these guys and everyone else they could qualify based on last week anyway. So So the elite tier quarterbacks are going to be considered Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, and Tom Brady. Which of these four will throw for the most yards? You make your pick. You get it right, you get a point. Then we have the everyone else category. Who throws for the most yards? Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jimmy Garoppolo, or Ryan Tannehill. Those are your four quarterbacks for everyone else. Who has the most receiving yards? Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, or Tyreek Hill. You choose one of those. Notice Cassandra, who just walked in. Out of the four receiving yards question, Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill. Who was not there? Jamar Chase, who actually had more yards than anyone last week. And there might be a reason for that. Which AFC running back rushes for the most yards? Derrick Henry or anyone else in the AFC? Derrick Henry versus the field in that one. Which NFC running back gets the most rushing yards? Elijah Mitchell, Aaron Jones, Cam Akers, or any Bucs running back. We don't know who's playing there, so you're taking the chance on that one. Could be Fournette, might not be. We don't know. Which tight end will have the most receiving yards? Rob Gronkowski, George Kittle, Travis Kelce, or any other tight end not named on this list. Then we have an interesting one here. Who rushes for the most yards that is not a running back? Deebo Samuel, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Ryan Tannehill. Deebo Samuel runs up with one running back quite a bit, but he's not. Will any quarterback score a rushing touchdown, yes or no? That's the next question. There are just 20 questions every week. Now, this is not cumulative, remember. This is every week's new challenge. Which home team will score the most points? Packers, Chiefs, Bucks, or Titans. Which away team will score the fewest points? Bengals, Bills, 49ers, or Rams. And then we get some interesting picks here, okay? Check this one out, Cassandra.
Listening.
Now, these are broken up by day. So we'll have definitive answers at the end of each day. So we won't have to wait forever. Although I have to wait for Sunday games, obviously. Which total will be higher? Which happens more, I guess? I don't know. That's bad phrasing. I'll probably rewrite it before I post this. But what will be a higher score? Total points scored by all four teams playing on Saturday. Cincinnati, Tennessee, Green Bay, and San Francisco. Or Jamar Chase receiving yards. That's why he's not in that other one. Because we don't want to double down on one player. So will Jamar Chase will he get more receiving yards than all four teams combined? It's an interesting one. And then also the other question is, this is a wild one. Which happens more? Saturday game question number 2. Derrick Henry and plus Joe Mixon rushing yards, or Jimmy Garoppolo passing yards? It's a good one. We don't even know if Henry is officially going to play and to what capacity he's going to play. But Jimmy Garoppolo,
He is playing.
I know he's playing at some point. Then we get the Sunday questions. Which happens more? Patrick Mahomes passing touchdowns, which he scorched him last week, or interceptions by all three other quarterbacks playing on Sunday, which would be Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, Josh Allen. This might seem like an obvious choice because those three quarterbacks don't really throw interceptions a lot, although Stafford does. And Josh Allen does. Normally, he just didn't this last week. So that might be an easy one, might not be. You never know. The Mahomes, he might not throw for 5 touchdowns. And then another interesting question here. Which happens more? Kansas City plus Tampa Bay's points scored, or Stephon Diggs receiving yards? He did not get a lot of receiving yards this last week. So that's why we don't know that. Getting down to the last 2 questions. Will a field goal of 50-plus yards be made? Yes or no? I don't know if there was one this weekend. There might have been.
I don't think so.
And finally, will any road team win this weekend? Yes or no? Very easy. Not how many. There's only 4 games this weekend, so will one of the 4. One of them is all you have to do to get the point. And then the infamous tiebreaker question of all controversy. The tiebreaker questions. Woo! Had a 3-way tie this last week. How many total passing yards will be compiled by all quarterbacks over the 4 games this weekend? So, one shot at this. Do the math. Average out their average yards. Total them up. Whatever you got to do. Take a stab in the dark. What?
1,200.
She says 1,200. Probably more than that. There's 8 quarterbacks.
It's true.
Remember that. That's really low. So, gonna be more than 1,200. I promise you that. And there we go. I'm going to link to this in Facebook page as well as, whatever. But so, hey, if you want in, $5, send it my way. Do a form. Look for the link. Hopefully we get more than 10 people this time. I think we will. I think we will. Because I think it was a hit. We had live commentary up after every game. I will do my best. I got to do something, you know. I get bored when I can't do these podcasts. It's not like I have anything else to do, right, Cassandra? She's looking at me. I think I'm going to get divorced. See you later.